Hey everyone, I'm Jess Wild and you're watching the Lovehoney YouTube channel, the place where we talk about sex and sex toys so that when you shop at the Lovehoney website, you know what the heck you're doing. Now, if you like videos about sex and sex toys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can do that by clicking on the link just below the screen right here, and that will keep you up to date with all of our regular Sexpert vlogs. Today, we are talking about sexual happiness. So first of all, what is sexual happiness? Sexual happiness is about having the sex that you want to have without judgment or shame. This can be on your own or with a partner or no sex at all. Sexual happiness is not about having perfect sex. It's about being open to exploration and being honest about the things that you love and maybe don't like so much in the bedroom or out of the bedroom. Now, telling you that sexual happiness is important is all very well and good, but actually trying to be sexually happy is another thing entirely. So today I want to give you a few ideas and ways that you can make yourself more sexually happy. So first things first is make your sex life a priority. Now, like I said, whether this is on your own or with a partner, it is important that you're having the sex that you want to have, even if that is not having sex at all. Some people may feel some shame around asking for the kind of sex that they want, but I'm here to tell you that you need to put that out of your mind entirely. Asking for the sex that you want is not petty, it's not silly, it's not shameful, and in fact, it's actually really important. Now, if you know anything about evolution, you may have heard of the 4 Fs. The 4 Fs stand for fight, flight, feeding, and fornicating. These are all vital and instinctual for you being a human being. Not only that, but having the sex that you want is actually recognized by the World Health Organization as being a basic human right. So it's important.
Who?
World Health Organization? What did I say? Did I say that? Okay, good. Oh, you dick. Who? The next step to sexual happiness is knowing your body. And the best way you can do this is by exploring your sexual organs, whether that's your skin or your genitals or something else, on your own first, so before you might consider bringing a partner into the action. You can do this with your hands or with a toy. However you want to play is entirely up to you, as long as you're happy with what you're doing. Next up is research. Remember that knowledge is power, and the more that you know about the kinks or sexy things that you might be interested in, the more power to you. If you're playing on your own, this is going to help you explore safely. And if you're playing with a partner, this means that you know what you're asking for, or if you're on the receiving end of a question, you understand what's being asked of you. Next up, and this is particularly important if you are involving a partner in your sexual exploration, is communication. Communication should happen before, during, and after you've explored any kind of sex play, whether it's the first time you've tried something, or the second, or the third, or the 50th. What this means is before play, you communicate honestly and openly about what you'd like to try and what you expect to gain from it. During your play, you check in regularly, make sure that if you're the person performing the act, you just check in, make sure your partner's still having a good time. And if you're on the receiving end, make all those good noises that encourage your partner to say, I'm having a good time. And of course, if you're not having a good time, make sure that you say so. And talking about what you've tried afterwards is always a really good idea to make sure that A, you had a good time, and B, you find out whether you'd like to try it again sometime. Of course, a really important part of sexual happiness is sexual health. You can't have sexual happiness without good sexual health. If you're playing on your own, you can make sure you're looking after your sexual health by making sure that any toys or products you might be using are body safe. That includes lube. And if you're somebody who likes to just use your fingers, just make sure that you've got clean hands. And particularly if you're exploring internal play, trim those fingernails. If you're playing with a partner, it is always a good idea to use a barrier method of contraception. These include dental dams and condoms, and it's not just for penis and vagina sex. You'll want to use these for oral sex and anal sex too. If you enjoy sex play with more than one partner, or you're starting out with a new partner, do make sure that you're having regular sexual health checks too. Sexual happiness is also about exploration. Basically, don't be afraid to have a go. If you should discover that partway through play or at the end of play that whatever you've just tried out isn't really your bag, that's a-okay. You don't have to do it again, and in fact, you can stop play in the middle of it if you'd like to. That's how consent works. However, if you kinda liked something, don't be afraid to try something twice. just because you didn't like something yesterday might not mean that you won't like it tomorrow. So having an element of being prepared to try each thing twice is kind of a good idea. But with all that said, do make sure that you never feel pressured to do anything that you don't want to do, and of course never ever pressure somebody else to do something that they don't quite seem comfortable with. Unless you get a completely enthusiastic yes to something you'd like to try from your partner, it's probably wise not to go down that route at this point. During your sexual exploration, whether you're alone or with a partner, the best thing you can do is be completely in the moment. We all know that the best things come from when we put our full heart into something, so don't be thinking about the shopping or paying your tax bills while you're playing with yourself or with a partner. Be right in that moment and get as much enjoyment out of it as you can. Remember, to be sexually happy, there should be no judgment and no shame. And that is of your own tastes. Never judge what you like. We all like different things. And never ever judge someone else's tastes. Don't yuck that yum. And finally, probably one of the most important ones on the list is make sure that you're having fun. If you're not having fun whilst you're having sex, then what are you doing it for? So those are my top tips for exploring sexual happiness. Have you got any other tips or any comments you'd like to add? Please pop them in the box below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can do that by clicking on the heart on the side of your screen right now. But don't go anywhere. There should be another video lining up right now. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.